Hello mọi người. Hôm nay chúng ta tiếp tục tới cốt truyện Tết Hải Đăng tiếp tục. Thì cũng còn cho nào hết đâu. Đã làm rồi làm gì hết. Tôi cũng bỏ mấy ngày rồi đó. Tôi cũng bỏ mấy ngày là tôi không làm cốt truyện lắm nữa. Tôi không quay đâu nhưng mà thế như vậy thì nó không chuyên nghiệp lắm nên tôi quay. Mọi người hiểu không? Nãy lắm tôi mới làm đó nha. Không phải chỉ đơn giản đâu.
Paimon sees you've certainly gotten an early start this morning. Playing games already, are we? Who won this time? You the one buying dim sum again?
Yeah.
Hey, when you put it like that, it makes it sound like I'm always the one losing.
Ah, perfect, you're all here. There's an important commission I need your help with.
Alright, I've got the time. Where are the goods?
Well, it's not just goods this time. I need you to escort a tea merchant and their wares from Chaoying Village to Liyue Harbor. A very important client has requested to meet with him.
Sure. What's this merchant's address?
Here.
Tôi nghi lắm nha. Có thể là nhà của mình chẳng hạn. Bị cay mà.
If the client's that important, then this must be a very crucial, very pressing commission, right?
Coi Conan vô lâu rồi cái đầu này. Tôi là nhìn là tôi biết ngay.
Of course, the sooner you complete it, the better. I would advise you to depart as soon as possible.
Tôi biết âm mưu gì rồi đó. Ok, xuất phát ngay đây.
Alright, don't work too hard now, Longjo. We'll set off then.
Rồi. Cái này đi thôi. Có nhiệm vụ thôi. Âm mưu này chắc chắn của bà cò rồi. Dì cò. Biết lắm. Ồ. Đây thì kịp chuyển thẳng luôn hả? Đây nhiệm vụ tốt vậy. Không bắt tao
You're a
chạy
bit
vòng vòng.
quiet today, Gaming. Oh, do you want Paimon to tell a story?
We're almost there. I'll take a rain check on that.
Biết là muốn giấu mà hiểu mà. Đây. Đây. Đây chưa được không?
Hello, you must be the tea merchant heading to Liyue Harbor. We're here to escort you.
Dad?
Biết mà.
Oh, so you're Gaming's father. It's nice to meet you.
Để tôi biết chưa.
Just leave this delivery to him. Trust Paimon, he's got this in the bag. Gaming is super good at what he does. Everyone at the Secure Transport Agency says as much. Even the Ministry of Civil Affairs has nothing but good things to say about him.
Bà món đang châm dầu vô lửa à? Không, cái này là dục cái bình ga vô trong cái lửa này, nó nổ bánh sáng.
Seems like you've made some sort of name for yourself at least.
Nói móc rồi. Nói móc.
The goods are all in order?
Yes, they're all here.
Okay.
Then let's get going.
A very important client has asked for you by name. You kind of have to come with us. Paimon doesn't know how we would explain ourselves if you just didn't show up. Plus, you'd be missing out on a huge money-making opportunity.
Tôi ghi lắm mà. Tôi ghi ai là người đặt lắm.
I see.
Thực ra thì kế hoạch nói qua rồi nhưng mà tôi cũng không có nghe được. Tại vì nó có nói đâu.
I suppose I will have to trouble you all to escort me then. Let's go.
Ok thì để gì đâu để cũng lớn. $1.800 cây 8 mà cũng xa lắm. Đây, này. Cắt dữ ta. Vâng. Rồi xin thông cảm cho bạn lát nha mọi người. Quay trên laptop là vậy đó.
Take it easy.
Tôi cũng chưa phải là một gamer thực thụ, chỉ mới ở mức trung bình thôi. Thì ra là thế.
Busted.
Our bond is
Giờ
strong.
đưa đánh quái xong rồi tôi thấy bãi quái thì phải đánh xong rồi.
Fire it up!
Here comes the catch.
I'll settle this.
Rồi. Tới nhà cho dùng thư được thôi. Đeo đây nhảy xuống. Này cho trong thư này đi gọn. Okay. Đây.
We've been walking for so long. Is anyone tired? How about we stop and rest for a bit?
Vậy nào? Tìm chỗ nghỉ ngơi.
I'm fine.
Gummy, don't you usually have some delicious snacks on you? Come on, bring them out so we can share them.
I'm fine. Thank you.
But the winter melon cake he gave us last time was so delicious. Have you ever tried it before, Mr. Ip?
Paimon.
Một cảm giác ngượng ngùng ở đây, tôi thấy vậy. Rồi, nghỉ ngơi đi cũng được.
This place looks nice and open. Why don't you all rest here for a second?
Nghỉ thôi.
What about you? You're not going to join us?
I'm not tired. I'll keep watch.
Okay. Bye.
Just let him go.
Okay, we'll just share amongst ourselves then. Did you know, Uncle Ip, that the flavor of these cakes changes depending on...
Halt! Who goes there?
It appears that one's movements were overly conspicuous.
Rồi hai ông bạn tôi, what the fuck? Lý Thụy với lại...
Enough of your musings. Focus. Focus on the matter at
quên
hand.
mất rồi, hai tên nhớ, chị em nhớ Lưu Vân Tam Phong Trung Quân thôi, tại gặp bả nhiều nhất.
Present your exquisite ornaments at once.
Indeed. Bring them forth readily and without protest.
What do we do?
It seems as if these two are acting alone. It won't be difficult to subdue them, but they might have something else waiting in store for Dad. The best way to keep him safe is... Leave this to me. I'll handle them. Traveler, Paimon, take my dad and the goods away from here.
No, Coming. It's too dangerous.
This is what I do.
Okay,
A thorny foe indeed. Let us depart and seek a target softer in blows and disposition.
Don't think I'm gonna let you off so easily.
Hai ông nhanh lắm, không bắt được đâu.
Away! Let us away!
Coming!
Don't worry, he's a great fighter. Paimon's even seen him take down a dozen or so treasure hoarders all by himself.
But Coming, if he had just stayed by my side and learned a family trade, he wouldn't have to put himself in such dangerous situations.
Chào phụ huynh châu Á bị lai.
We just have to trust him. Let's go on ahead. We'd best get away from here, in case there are other bandits in the area waiting in ambush.
Nãy tôi thấy trên đây là bà cò, là bà đứng đó. Tôi thấy mà, đâu có đuôi.
All is going to plan.
Đúng là kế hoạch con hiểu.
Okay, we should be good to stop here.
Con diều này biết của ai luôn.
Good sir, please listen to me. Reel in your line and leave this place as quickly as you can. There are bandits in the area.
Bọn cướp phải xong này chứ bọn này sao sẽ cướp được. Không nói gì thì nhã thế.
Bandits? Acting in broad daylight? Oh. Ah, I see.
Có kế hoạch mà hiểu lắm, ông già này mà.
It appears many people are catching a chill as of late. If your throat is bothering you, Paimon, perhaps some tea and rest are in order.
Nope, no need. Paimon's fine. She just had some cake stuck in her throat.
Có cần phải kéo ra góc theo dõi nhau không?
If there are indeed bandits in the area, then we should inform the Millelith at once. Oh? Well, if that's the case, such matters are best left to those with the necessary expertise, wouldn't you agree?
I suppose you're right. If ordinary people like us got involved, we would only cause more trouble.
Rồi, tập thả diều. Đúng là người già nhàn nhã phết nhỉ.
Since we find ourselves otherwise unoccupied in this beautiful area, why don't we find a quiet place to relax while we wait for good news?
Gì ta? Từ sau khi ông này từ chức nhâm thần thì thấy nhàn nhã hẳn.
That would be lovely.
Ok bạn ơi. Bạn nói gì không đúng nhé. Ok tao. Nhiều táo thế. Đâu? Nào. Con già đây à? Vậy đấy.
So, Uncle Ip does have a reason to be worried. After all, Gaming, the guard we mentioned, is his son.
Ok. Cũng đúng.
Gaming. The name sounds somewhat familiar. Ah, yes. That is the name of the Usho dancer who has been performing around Liyue Harbor recently, is it not?
Oh, have you seen him perform?
Indeed. I cannot help but admire his skill. He truly encapsulates the spirit of the Suami. Usho dancing has become more well known in Liyue Harbor recently. However, although performers are seeing budding success, they have no doubt had to face many hurdles along the way. One's not so easily understood by spectators such as ourselves.
Đúng là biết nghề nào cũng khó.
If you ask me, what truly deserves admiration is perseverance in the face of adversity. That is a rare attribute indeed. I have heard many of my acquaintances praise Gaming for his kind, selfless, and courageous disposition. To have a child so accomplished and upright, you must be a very proud parent indeed, Uncle Ip.
Há hốc luôn.
Seems like Jean Lee has decided to skip the formalities.
Well, he's a hard worker. Yes.
You should be sure to tell him you think that when he gets back.
Khó lắm, phụ huynh châu Á ít khi hạ cái tôi xuống đó mọi người. Thì đi dê cũng bắt chước Trung Quốc mà. Trung Quốc thì cũng là thuộc châu Á thôi. Điều đó là bình thường. Được, nước còn quá.
Your son is young yet. It's normal for someone his age to be a bit hot-headed.
Đúng là người già, có khác ông này cái hình khoảng trên 6.000 tuổi rồi mọi người.
It's understandable to find talking about such things in person difficult.
No. It wouldn't be right to ask that of you. This thing between us has festered for many years now.
Mâu thuẫn gia đình, biết rồi.
In truth, there are some things that simply aren't easy for us to talk through.
Khổ lắm nói mãi.
I've been in the tea business for most of my life, and I always hoped my child would do the same. Otherwise, how would he support himself?
Cũng đúng. Nhưng mà áp đặt thì hơi quá.
Over the past few years, I heard how well he was doing for himself as a guard. How his work was taking him to farther and farther off places. I also heard that he never gave up on wuxia dancing. When you're young, you can handle all that physically taxing work and manual labor. What young person isn't capable of making a living that way? My concern is what happens when you get old.
Tôi hiểu từ cảm giác này.
Every time I get to thinking like that, I cannot help but be reinforced in the belief that I was right. That I was right not to give in.
Tôi cao quá.
I often regret introducing him to wuxia dancing as a kid. If I had known how things would turn out, I would have never taken him to see those performances in the first place.
It is only natural for a parent to strive to send their child down the right path. No one would begrudge you that sentiment, Uncle Ip. You need not worry.
Trải thảm đi thì cũng hay đấy, nhưng mà rồi nếu như chú chết đi thì nó sẽ làm sao? Nếu cha mẹ châu Á thường muốn con, nhưng mà nó có thực sự vui vẻ và hạnh phúc với cái mà gọi là cái con đường đó hay không? Hay nó chỉ thấy bực bội, mỗi bước đi như địa ngục vậy? Còn khi nó tự đi trên đường nó dù khó khăn nhưng nó vẫn vui vẻ, tích cực thì đó là điều tốt. Được một số trải nghiệm, dù qua phật, dù qua té ngã thì nó cũng sẽ đứng dậy được. Tôi nghĩ điều đó mới là tốt, chứ không phải cứ áp đặt là tốt rồi mọi người. Nên là mọi có con cái thì cũng nhớ lấy lời tôi sau này có con cái cũng sẽ không bắt ép nó, thì nó sẽ ủng hộ hết mà.
You seem quite young, Mr. Zhongli. Yet you speak with such wisdom. Perhaps I have misjudged your age.
Your words are too kind. Truth be told, one of my old friends has several grown daughters. Rather than fretting about their future, however, she prefers to let them find their own way.
Đã nói bà cò đó.
Then she is more easygoing than I could ever be. I fear I lack such an open mind. I meant to say earlier, there is no need to be so polite. Feel free to call me by my name, Ipta.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, bạn ơi.
So, do you also think I fret too much, Mr. Zhongli?
Khá là con thấy quá rồi nè. Ai cũng muốn con mình tốt đẹp, nhưng mà đâu phải cứ áp đặt là tốt đâu. Không tốt chút nào đâu.
That's not exactly what I was hoping to convey. Only a fool would ask a parent not to worry about their child. But think of it this way. Raising a child is not unlike flying a kite. Hold the string too tight, and it can no longer soar.
Càng nghe quá đứt diều cái gì? Thả diều rồi biết, đứt con diều nó bay mà cực chết.
As my friend once said, if your children are aiming for the stars, clipping their wings will only cause them to come crashing down. You need to let out the line for a kite to soar.
Đạo lý dữ vậy. Tôi không hiểu, tôi cũng hiểu, nhưng mà nó hơi đạo lý quá đó. Có nhiều người chơi mà không có thâm thúy sẽ không hiểu được.
I was too stuck in my ways.
Có nhiều người chơi có lẽ sẽ không hiểu, tại vì họ chỉ đơn giản trải nghiệm game, ít người mà suy nghĩ lắm. Còn tôi đi coi tôi sẽ suy nghĩ này kia nọ ấy rồi này kia. Cổ hủ quá, cũng đúng, nhưng mà không trách được. mỗi người một thời mà.
You need not reproach your heart for caring. You simply need to loosen your hold a little.
Do khoảng cách thế hệ nên sẽ khó mà giao tiếp một cách hiệu quả với nhau đó. Người này thì muốn có những truyền thống xưa, và một người muốn là hiện đại, nên nó sẽ rất là khó khăn kiểu vậy. Ok.
Indeed, with such a big heart, why not allocate the time you usually spend worrying about Gaming to the pursuit of other things, like going for a stroll, drinking tea, or taking in the scenery? You never know what surprises could be in store. Things can change in the blink of an eye.
The blink of an eye, you say? Do things change so quickly?
Children grow up in quite the same way, do they not? Day after day, year after year, sometimes in the blink of an eye, but always when you least expect it. As a father, I'm sure you know that best.
Hay đấy.
Yes, you can say that again. One second, Gaming was a kid. The next thing I knew, he was ready to fly the nest.
Xiao certainly has a way with words.
Ông tổ Trọng Ly đã học được từ đời nào rồi mà lại không hiểu những thứ đơn giản như này. Thật là bất kính với đế quân.
Oh, Gaming is back.
Ok. Vậy rồi.
Dad, Traveler, Paimon. Good, you're all here. Oh, and Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? You're here too?
Trọng Ly thì anh không biết.
A fated meeting indeed. We were just enjoying some pleasant conversation.
Trọng Ly là nổi tiếng khắp lưỡi dê luôn, tại vì tinh thông nhiều thứ trên đời, gọi là trên thông thiên văn, dưới tường địa lý nè mọi người, gọi là cái gì cũng biết.
Is everything resolved?
Well, you could say that.
What does that mean?
Traveler, Paimon, come with me. I need to talk to you.
Rồi thì
Oh, okay.
đi, có gì đâu.
I'll come right out and say it. Those two bandits, you sent them, didn't you?
So, that's how we're starting off?
Can't look me in the eye, huh? Guess I'm right then.
But how did you know?
At first, their mannerisms seemed a bit stilted. But once I got close, it was obvious that they possessed great skills. I was right on their tail, and it should have taken only a few steps to catch up to them, yet somehow, I was never able to close that distance.
Tin nhanh mà sẽ thua được.
People with that level of skill would have gone about things differently from the start, like sneaking up on us while we were distracted.
Cô nàng đấy, đó thấy chưa?
Unless, of course, their real motive was to lure me away from the group all along.
Wow, you're pretty quick on the uptake.
I just have a lot of experience. I've dealt with many a ruthless bandit in my time, but I've never seen ones like them.
Bởi vậy nên nó mới khác thường, thì nhìn thôi thì thấy khác thường rồi.
In the end, I told them they would make good guards if they ever wanted to get back on the straight and narrow, and that they could hang out with me in Liyue Harbor anytime.
You ever consider you might be a little too good at making friends?
I'm guessing you guys were trying to help resolve things between my dad and me. I appreciate it, I really do. But this conflict between us has been going on for a long time. Even if those two were real bandits, I was able to subdue them and show them what I was capable of, it wouldn't change anything. You've seen the way he talks to me.
It's not like that at all! Your dad really cares about you. You should see the way he talks about you when you're not around. Zhongli was talking things through with him and he nearly agreed to let it go. You don't believe us?
He won't let it go. He can say as much as he wants to other people, but he won't talk to me. I'm certain of it.
Cái này là di truyền thôi, sự cố chấp di truyền mọi người. Đây gọi là di truyền.
You told us you wanted to prove yourself to your dad. Why don't you tell him about all the hard work you've done these past few years?
Will that even do anything? I'm not sure talking is enough.
Nói chuyện này tin trong nghe không một thấy.
You won't know unless you try. Just like how you won't know if something is delicious unless you taste it. Listen to us. It's time to put these people skills to good use. You can make friends with anyone, so why not your dad?
Cũng không mất gì đâu.
I'll do my best.
You are very knowledgeable, Mr. Zhongli. I'm impressed. Despite my being in the tea industry for several decades, it seems I still have much to learn about the art of tea tasting.
You flatter me. It was nothing but a few humble musings.
How much tea have you drank since we've been gone?
Ipdak and I have found many a common interest. Our friendship, much like a cup of tea, seems to grow stronger the longer it has to steep.
Hai người già nói chuyện với nhau thôi mà.
Well said, Mr. Zhongli. Gaming, Mr. Zhongli is very knowledgeable. You should take the opportunity to learn from people like him when you're in the city.
Huh? Oh, of course.
Zhongli?
I have very much enjoyed our conversation, Ipdak, but I, unfortunately, have some unfinished funeral parlor business to attend to.
Oh, I hope I didn't keep you. My apologies for taking up so much of your time, Mr. Zhongli. No need to stay on my account. When you're less busy, let's find a time to meet.
It would be an honor.
Okay.
We'll see you off, Zhongli. You two have a nice chat, alright? Thanks for helping us talk things through with Uncle Ip. Good thing you were able to pick up on what we were putting down.
I have been around the both of you for some time now. You could say I have a certain level of expertise in that regard. As for my role in the conversation, think nothing of it. I hardly did anything noteworthy.
Nói chuyện khách sáo thiệt.
You never change, do you? Why did you have us walk all this way? Paimon thought we just had to go far enough to be out of earshot.
A friend approaches.
Hello.
Ồ, Xiao à? Tưởng ai?
Xiao, you're here too?
I've been here the whole time. A ghostly kite. Could that elusive director Hu be coming to Wangshu Inn once again?
Thôi là chỉ là trong ly thôi, không phải Hu Tao.
What is she doing?
Xiao cũng ngán Hu Tao vậy lắm.
I suppose it matters not. Given her relationship with Rex, well, Zhongli, I might as well go pay my respects. It's you. I thought you were Director Hu.
Ah, your arrival is most fortuitous. Do you want to try out this new gadget? The addition of the power source makes the takeoff more stable. It's just that
He seems quite immersed in the study of this device.
I fear it's almost too stable. It completely negates the pleasure of seeing one's kite sway with the wind. In truth, I'm here because Director Hu dispatched me to purchase some items in preparation for Lantern Rite.
I see. Much like she does every year. Much like she'll do next year, I would imagine.
Năm nào cũng vậy.
Am I wrong? Or has she once again sent you out to buy, what is it, sesame oil or something?
While we're on the subject, I do wonder why she is so obsessed with using sesame oil in the preparation of mixed vegetable dishes for Lantern Rite. A recommendation from Xiangling, perhaps. What do you think, Xiao?
I've only met Director Hu a few times. I'm hardly the best person to ask.
Ah, and is that not a sign that you should visit Wangsheng Funeral Parlor more often? It wouldn't hurt to grace the parlor with your presence now and again, when you are otherwise unoccupied.
Okay.
This one here is a traditional kite, one without any equipped mechanical device. Director Hu tasked me with studying the differences between the two to determine which one is of greater merit. Many hands make light work. Perhaps you could test out the other kite for me?
All right. I have made my comparisons. If speed is what you're after, the mechanical kite is the better choice.
Wonderful. I shall pass that information along to Director Hu. I'll leave these two kites with you. Perhaps you can find a few friends with which to partake in the activity. You might find it to be an enjoyable use of your time.
Oh, wait. Who enjoys kite flying?
Well, I would imagine someone of your talent and wisdom is more than capable of finding out.
So, you were testing out the kites for Hu Tao and even roped Xiao into doing it for you? Paimon didn't ask earlier because the situation was,
I would hardly say I roped Xiao into anything. I simply sought the help of a friend. Besides, we did the testing together.
Seems like our pool of competitors is growing. Do you like kite flying, Xiao?
I suppose I neither like nor dislike it. Although, watching a kite gradually ascend into the sky does bring me a certain peace of mind. Perhaps they're a bit like Xiao lanterns in that way.
Kite flying is also a pleasant form of relaxation.
Have you ever thought about making a kite, Xiao? Cloud Retainer taught us how. We can teach you if you want.
There's no need. Minokius was the only yaksha among us who had an interest in matters of ornamentation and design. When Lantern Rite is over, come find me near Pervasi's temple if you have the time.
Okay, được.
It's getting late. I should go inform Director Hu of our findings.
How's she been, by the way? Be sure to say hi to her for us.
Ok, xin lỗi mọi người, tôi quay trở lại đây này. Nãy có điện thoại.
The last time I spoke to her, she mentioned that she would be visiting Chaoying Village in a few days. If you have the time, perhaps you could also make the trip. If you happen to run into her, you can pass along your regards in person.
We'll keep that in mind. Take care, Xiangli. See you later.
See you next time.
Chiến cảnh. Ai cũng thở dài hết vậy, không nói gì hết.
You can go first.
I don't have anything to say.
Then I'll go. I still don't want to leave Liyue Harbor.
Oh. I can't say I support that decision, but... Hey, let me finish before you get all worked up.
Sit, Shenhe, sit. You must be tired from your journey. Shall I pour you a cup of tea, or would you prefer something else to drink?
No need. I'm not tired. They're gone, Master.
Perfect. The time is nigh for us to make an appearance. Do you remember the plan when recounted to you?
Về kế hoạch gì nữa đây? Rồi.
Yes, Master. We aim to give them a demonstration of familial love.
Có vẻ hơi ngu. Kế hoạch chỉ hơi đần độn nhưng mà ok.
So I'll have whatever you are having.
All right.
What are Auntie Xianyun and Shenhe doing here? Just how many people are involved in this scheme?
Có nhiều người lắm mà.
I suppose all I can do is
Tôi không nghĩ
just
là cậu sẽ thoát khỏi chơi vấn đề đâu
take a
cho
seat and see
mình.
what happens.
Chấp nhận đi.
Perfect. I just so happen to have bought some sanglo tea recently. It's quite the delectable variety.
Ok.
Well, it would be if one has not been forced to drink it every day in the hopes of whittling down one's considerable stash. One has more than had one's fill already.
Mua nhiều quá.
It. Such thoughts detract from the present need to keep up the conversation.
Nếu mọi người nhớ trong cái tập đầu tiên tôi quay cái sự kiện tới Hải Đăng thì bà bị gọi là hiệu ứng, mà cái hiệu ứng bà bị dụ mua 10 hộp trà đó.
Has work been busy during the holiday season? Do you need my help with anything?
Drunk guests can sometimes cause trouble, but I deal with them as you taught me.
Rồi. Câu chuyện đó. Bình tĩnh mà. Tôi cười chút đã. Rồi tiếp.
Are Auntie Xianyun and Shenhe serious right now?
Tới đây là bình tĩnh này, tiếp tục. Chắc là nghiêm túc rồi. Nên không hết đó giỡn đó.
Oh dear. While one was busy orchestrating this act, one seems to have forgotten about Shenhe's various eccentricities.
Đứa trẻ này không bình thường. Tôi đã thấy cái hoạch này không ổn, là nên mời Ganh Du hoặc là Suju hoặc là Giáo Giáo. Tại sao lại mời sếp? Nhưng mà nó rất là hề. Tôi khẳng định lại cái cốt truyện này rất là hề.
What I meant to ask was, have you made any new friends? We live so far from each other.
You already know of my past circumstances. Recently, I've been conversing with Guoba in the kitchen at night. Guoba can't talk, but his companionship is a comfort.
Nhìn nào ngoan quá vậy trời. Nhìn vào ốc nó cười quá mọi người ơi. Tôi gặp tôi chắc tôi xỉu luôn.
The poor child. Her one friend can't even talk.
Cô ba là thần bếp không mọi người, con gấu của Xiang hay Sang Ly.
I guess maybe Gaming is not doing so bad after all.
Wow.
Perhaps I've been too hard on him.
Wow. Không ngờ là chiến thuật này có tác dụng, nhưng mà như là làm sai công thức nhìn nhận ra kết quả đúng rồi mọi người.
Let's move on, shall we? Do you have any plans for today, Shenhe? How about we do something fun?
Không biết nè.
That sounds about right. Take her to do something fun, and perhaps she'll loosen up a bit.
Like we used to do when we would carry stones up and down the mountain from dawn until dusk, picking herbs to eat for dinner along the way? If that is what you ask of me, then that is what I shall do.
Tôi hết chưa nói mà bất cười dữ dội luôn á.
Dad, here, have some tea. Or no, wait, best not have any just yet.
Câu chuyện này là tôi cười nổi không đâu mọi người.
Yeah. I simply can't listen to that any longer.
Một câu chuyện.
Coming. I'd like to finish what I was trying to say before.
Nghe câu chuyện mà tôi thấy mép mình nó tắt thở mấy lần rồi, cười quá.
I don't support your decision to stay in Liyue Harbor, because living there is too hard on you. If you come home, there will be people to help you. I'm not saying we have to live under the same roof. I know our personalities are too similar to avoid butting heads. But you'll have your entire family around you. Your aunts, uncles, they'll all do whatever they can to help. You could get a less taxing job, and we could grab dim sum together from time to time.
Huh. I didn't know dim sum was such an important affair, Master.
Bắt đầu thôi. Chắc chắn một câu rất là sốc rồi.
Just think about it. Okay? You don't have to decide now.
Dad really has changed a lot. He would never have said these things to me before. But thank you, Dad.
Rồi, nó không khớp với tiếng, không khớp với hình nha. Đánh giá là
It's been long enough, don't you think? Oh, I'm unsure hopes they've made up by now. Oh, they're drinking tea in silence. That's not a good sign. Did Xianyun's plan not work after all?
kế hoạch nó có rất nhiều vấn đề nha. Tôi cười nó nội thương mà.
Hey, you two! I'm sorry we were gone for so long. We got to chatting with some friends and didn't realize how much time had passed.
Perfect timing, actually. We seem to be just about done here.
Yep, let's go. I'll get the bags.
Ok.
Gaming has grown a lot taller, hasn't he?
Rồi đi.
Master, did I tried to go along with your questions, but when I saw how you and that man reacted, I started to wonder.
Không bối rối mà sợ.
Not at all. Certain unforeseen variables may have presented themselves along the way, but the outcome proved favorable. The plan was a success.
Như tôi đã nói trước đó, công thức sai kết quả đúng mà.
Then I helped?
Không chắc là giúp nhưng mà cứ cho là vậy đi.
Naturally. Your purity of spirit is one of your greatest strengths, Shenhe. You need not change who you are.
Rồi tôi đi đây. Cười nãy giờ nó mệt quá mọi người. Cười nãy giờ mệt luôn á. Đi từ đây đi cho nó kết xin nhìn nó điện ảnh hơn, không bị làm vô. Cũng có dây lan chạy nhanh. Đây chuẩn bị. Mình chỉ là một người đến sau. Tự nhiên mono nhập mọi người, xin lỗi. Tự nhiên mono nhập. Ôi được. Rồi hẹn tới mình lại ta làm to tiếng như nhau thôi. Rồi anh đi lấy điện thoại. Ok. Đang tới, tôi đang tới đây. Ôi trời đất, tưởng ai.
You must be Mr. Ip! Thank you for coming all this way.
Ok, và Charlotte.
My name is Charlotte, and I'm a reporter from Fontaine. You can find me writing for the Steambird. I invited you here not just to purchase your fine tea, but also with the hope that you might be willing to sit down for a short interview. What do you say?
An interview? To advertise my teas?
I suppose you could think of it that way. We Fontainians are big tea drinkers too.
Được thôi.
Fontaine Market. Then I'll need some time to adequately prepare. Perhaps we could sit down and discuss the questions you intend to ask in advance.
Of course, of course. Please follow me.
Is this person also involved in your plan? And here I thought I had lots of connections. I suppose I've been humbled. You sure know all kinds of cool and important people.
Tưởng gì tôi đi qua từ Fontaine, Rie, Inazuma, Sumeru, Fontaine, tôi có thể quan hệ với khắp mọi người. Trời ơi, từ lớn tới nhỏ, từ thần tới không phải là thần, cũng quen luôn. Từ thần tới này kia, thậm chí tôi quen được qua chấp hành luôn mà mọi người. Đùa chắc.
Over here! Yoo-hoo! Over here!
Huh? What? Auntie Shenyun?
She probably wants to talk about the next phase of the plan. Let's go while your dad is still distracted.
Ok, tới đây. Tuyệt vời.
I take it that all is going well?
Don't worry, Shenyun. Everything is going according to plan.
Kế hoạch chúng ta rất là tốt. Nhưng mà cái khúc mà xe cười chết luôn à, tôi cười coi cười chết luôn.
I knew that was all an act earlier. Auntie Shenyun is really something. She was so determined to help me. She didn't even care about making herself and Shanka appear foolish in front of my family. She truly knows how to look out for others.
Wow, cái vòng cổ nhìn tưởng cái vòng tu không mà bị lộn ngược để đeo xuống mọi người, nhìn giống không?
As for the next step...
Oh no!
What's wrong, Gamin?
Don't tell me you're the ones footing the bill for all that tea. I can't let you do that.
Fret not. Reimbursements will be made.
Exactly. Think of it more as an investment, as Ningguang would say.
Đấy là đầu tư.
We pulled together the Mora so that Charlotte could place the order. She's gonna bring it back to the Steambird as a gift, as well as a sample of the regional specialty. Fontainians will probably fall in love with your dad's tea as soon as they lay their eyes on Charlotte's article. And once all the money from the new orders begin to roll in, getting our Mora back will be a piece of cake.
Đó là đầu tư và chiến lược thị trường.
Oh, okay. Business-related matters always seem to go over my head, but I refuse to let you all lose more on my behalf. I'll pay you back right now.
We can talk about such matters at a later date. There are more important matters for you to consider at the moment, are there not?
Yes.
Cho bà này thôi, bà này lên kế hoạch để trùm nhiều chuyện đi duê mà. Bữa mới kể nghe xong rồi lên kế hoạch liền.
I've been thinking about it the whole way here. I have an idea, but I'd hate to cause even more trouble for all of you.
Không có làm phiền gì đâu, tại vì tôi đây tự bao đồng, tự lao vô thôi chứ có phiền gì đâu. Trời ơi.
That is for us to decide.
Oh my god, nhịp.
Yeah, we're all friends here. Plus, we wouldn't be here if we didn't want to help, right? Just tell us about this idea of yours.
Okay. So, it's like this.
Nói đi, chúng tôi sẵn lòng nghe.
Got it. Just leave it to us. Let's split up and make it happen.
nào. Nói thiệt là cái kế hoạch này cũng là một phần lớn là mình có gì mơ rễ má trong cái khúc này mới làm được thôi.
Since Xiao already tested out those kites for us, why don't we also go buy one of those mechanical thingamabobs or whatever they're called? We can attach.
Được. Tìm chiều đây đây rồi. Gần đây thôi. Gần đây.
Hello again.
Welcome back. I see you returned from your trip. I really do have to thank you for all your help from before. Thanks to you, my daughter was able to build a kite with her grandmother that very same day. She even wrote a long letter telling me how much she loved it.
Oh, you should really be thanking Gaming, not us.
I'll be sure to. And are you here to buy a kite? Please, take your pick.
Oh, we already have a kite. We wanted to buy one of those, device thingies from Fontaine. Do you sell them separately?
Yes. Here you go. Please, take it, free of charge.
It doesn't feel right for us to just take it.
Well, nor would it feel right for me to take your Mora. Good luck in the kite flying competition. I'll be rooting for you.
Cứ được tặng đồ free gì cũng hơi kỳ mọi người.
Alright then, thank you. It's done. Let's get down to business.
Trăng đã lên trăng đã lên trên.
Looks like we finished everything we needed to do. Let's find a good place and put this thing into the sky.
Đây à? Tuyệt vời. 52 phút rồi. Vậy cũng lâu đấy chứ.
Chi, we're almost there.
Tất nhiên. Đẹp đấy. Bạn sẽ nhìn chuẩn chỉ đi.
Come here, allow me.
The lantern right is as massive as ever.
Đó là đẹp.
What's going on?
Did something happen? What should we do? Oh, should we get the mirror?
What's that?
Mỗi lần đây thì có sinh hoạt khác. khá đẹp.
Have I taken that many pictures already? I need to load more film.
Rơi xuống.
The wind.
Hu Tao nè.
Happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite.
Cảm động không? Cảnh đẹp không?
Gaming's performance was so cool, Paimon almost wanted to join in. You saw that, right, Traveler? Let's go find him. Oh, he's over there, talking to his dad.
Interesting gadgets from my time with the Crocs.
Rồi.
I think I'll head off now, if that's okay.
Thank you, little girl. Do you want us to walk you back?
No need, no need. Master is waiting for me right over there.
Dad.
I suppose I'll go first this time.
Okay.
Your performance. I've seen many wuxia dances in my time, but I've got to admit, what you pulled off there was breathtaking.
Wow. I never thought I'd live to hear you say that.
You're serious about doing this professionally?
Absolutely. I know it'll be difficult, but...
Then it doesn't matter. What I mean to say is, of course it'll be difficult. But if that's your decision, if that's your dream, then it doesn't matter how difficult it is. Really, when I was young, I also... Actually, how about we save that story of my past for another time? All I really want to say is, I've changed my mind. And much like this kite, you also deserve to soar to new heights.
Dad...
Son.
Son? Haven't heard that in a while.
I bet you're wondering what's gotten into me saying all this.
Well... a little bit, yeah.
Anyway, I know I've never found the chance to say this before, but... to me, Gamin, you've always been a great kid. All right, that's everything I've got. Did you have something you wanted to say, or...
Seeing the two of them talk things through like this really
Sự
gives
khóc rồi mọi người.
Paimon a
Chảy
sense
nước
of
mắt.
accomplishment.
Now go. Over there. Your friends are still waiting for you.
Huh? But you came all this way.
I'll be staying in Liyue Harbor for a bit longer. When you have time, we can grab dim sum together. Your treat, right?
Dad, honestly.
Go.
Okay, then I'm off.
That's quite the smile you've got there, Gaming.
Really?
It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
I'd like to find and thank Auntie Xinyun, as well as everyone else who's helped me out. If everyone has time, maybe we could all get together and go fly a kite.
Xong. Mình phải tới đâu để gặp Xiao ta? Có nhiệm vụ mới nè. 12 giờ đến 6 giờ. Có vẻ như cái thôi. Đây. Rồi, để thăm làm kiểu anh 12 giờ tới 16 giờ. Đến thời gian. Tôi đây. Không biết nữa nhưng mà không được. 2 ngày nữa hả? Vậy 2 ngày với 2 ngày. Đây. Lỡ rồi quay luôn đi, mệt quá. Cốt truyện này cũng hay, chỉ cốt truyện không cũng dài đến mấy rồi. Coi cười chết xong nói chuyện cái tôi sẽ coi cười chết. Cái nơi của tôi cười chết luôn. Rồi hình như là cuối đi gặp cát. Ô, cắt lại Paimon được rồi. Mà tôi kệ. Theo kiểu của video tới là kiểu anh hay gì đó thì gặp hình như Hu Tao rồi.
We didn't have anything else to do today, right? Why don't we go have a look around? Maybe we'll run into her. The mountain air is so refreshing. It makes Paimon feel like she could float around all day and never get tired. Cream! Gummies! Fuel fruit!
Cái gì đấy?
Huh? Did you hear that?
giác được.
That voice sounds really familiar. Well, we've got the time. Why don't we go check it out? What are they doing here?
Navia.
Navia, Clarande!
Well, if it isn't my dear partners. See, I told you that something good was going to happen during our travels today. I have to say, sometimes the Steambird's astrology column is spot on.
Tôi có nghe về cái tạp chí mà bói toán ở trên mấy bói toán trên mấy cái tạp chí của Mỹ á. Thường thì mấy người con gái thì hay tin vào cái đó, đón dần những số thứ.
It's just your lucky day.
Are you guys also here to catch the festivities? Oh, and that reminds me. Happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite to you too! Wait, if you're here for Lantern Rite, then what are you doing on top of this deserted mountain? And that voice we heard, that was you, right, Navia?
Oh, impressive. You could tell it was me from that far away. You've got good ears.
Cậy thật lắm.
That or your voice is just really loud.
Well, of course it is. After all, I'm a boss.
Indeed. I suppose it's an asset.
Sure is! Having a loud voice is a handy tool when it comes to communicating. Wait, that wasn't even Paimon's point. Paimon just wants to know why you two were shouting from the top of this deserted mountain. There was something about almonds, maybe? And...
No, it's not a code. The words are meaningless.
Đúng là vô nghĩa thiệt.
Perhaps, but the act of shouting was very meaningful indeed. That's just what mountain climbers do, right? After all the hard work it takes to make it to the top, as you stand on the summit looking out at the vast scenery, it's not easy to resist the urge to release those emotions. Exactly. You get me, partner.
Phong cảnh thì trữ tình nhưng nội dung thì nó xà lơ.
I was afraid that it would cause a disturbance, so I asked the locals around here and they said it was fine. Apparently most hikers like to shout when they get to the top, so the locals are used to it by now. So, you see, it's not just me. I guess everyone shouts from the top of a mountain at some point in their life.
Speak for yourself.
When you're stressed, don't you ever just get the urge to do something for no reason?
Not really. If I ever get stressed, I just go hunting.
Oh, that's a pretty good way to release stress.
What I choose to hunt depends on my mood.
Huh?
Anyway, why don't you two give it a try? Shout anything you want. It's a real stress reliever.
As long as Paimon has clothes on her back and food in her belly, Paimon doesn't think there's any stress that needs relieving.
Oh, I bet you guys are just too embarrassed to let loose. No need to be shy. Even Farina was shouting from the top of this mountain earlier.
Huh? Did Paimon hear that right? Farina's also here? In Xiaoying Village?
Oh, Farina, waifu.
Believe in your ears. It is indeed as you heard. Actually, the reason we climbed this mountain in the first place was also because we heard the sound of shouting.
Yes, we could just about make out someone yelling things like, "Help me!" and "What should I do?" So we hurried up here to check it out. And what do you know? Miss Farina was standing right there, all red in the face. She practically sprinted back down the mountain the minute she saw us.
That reminds me. I believe what she actually said was, "So help me, I will figure out what I should do about this script."
So, you could actually hear what she was saying? Why didn't you say so earlier? I thought someone was really in trouble.
I figured we would come check out the situation either way. Why not let her keep some privacy?
Oh, seems like you caught Farina in the middle of some stress relief as well. She probably would have never thought. No, she definitely would have never thought she would run into anyone she knew all the way out here.
I think so. We ran into Nervalet on the way here as well, but he was already on his way back, so they probably weren't together.
What? Nervalet was here too? What was he doing here? It couldn't have been for vacation.
I think it just might have been, actually. But apparently he only stayed for half a day before heading back. He's a very busy man.
Nervalet is not the type to take much time off. Taking even a half day for himself is already a huge step in the right direction.
Didn't Charlotte publish an article on the Liyue tea industry recently? Maybe he was inspired to come buy some tea after reading that article. You know, just like you were.
My situation is completely different. I'm here because I was asked to accompany you. The tea purchase is simply an added bonus of this location.
Two Fontanians in your tea drinking.
Oh, it's not for me. I lost a bet with Ridsley, and now I have to buy him something. It was just a spur-of-the-moment sort of bet. Ridsley gets really invested in that sort of thing, but he couldn't care less about what he wins in the end. You could give him mint plants that you plucked from the side of the road, and he wouldn't even mind.
If only he was that easygoing when it came to talking business. In any case, I'm pretty sure the tea you bought is this region's specialty. What is it called again? Yes, that's the one.
You didn't really buy 10 boxes, did you?
Please, do I look like someone who would fall for that sort of marketing trap?
Không phải nhảy đó đâu, tôi nghĩ là không đâu.
That reminds me. You guys said you only came up here because you heard my voice, right?
That's right, Hu Tao. A few days ago, we heard that a friend was going to be in Xiaoying village, so we decided to come and see if we could run into her.
Oh dear. We've been chatting for quite some time. I'm sorry for keeping you. That's good.
We should probably head out and look for Hu Tao.
No need to stay on our account. We just got up here, so we're gonna stay around for a little longer.
Go and meet your friend. We can meet up in Xiaoying village later.
Sounds good. We're gonna head down the mountain then. See you later.
Rồi giờ đi kiếm Hu Tao.
What do I have to do to get you to yell from the top of this mountain?
You really want to hear it that bad, huh?
I'm just curious is all. I have a feeling you'll say something amazing.
I will pass. I prefer to let actions speak louder than words.
Đây rồi.
Xiaoying village is known for its tea, but you know what else they have with tea? That's right, dim sum! Didn't Gaming say something about dim sum being eaten in the morning? Oh, Paimon wonders if we can still get some at this time of day.
Cái đó chưa được còn gì nữa.
Well, that's fine too. Paimon doesn't care what kind of tea it is as long as it comes with some tasty snacks. Now, let's see what kind of yummy things we can find around here. Paimon's not seeing things, is she? Is that Farina standing between Zhongli and Hu Tao? Wonder what they're talking about. Zhongli knows a lot of stuff. Maybe he's telling Farina about Xiaoying village. Oh, or maybe Hu Tao is trying to rope Farina into being one of her clients. Hey, this isn't the bud. Paimon could be convinced for the right price. Since Zhongli is there, Paimon bets things are pretty tame. It's decided then. Paimon votes for tour guide Zhongli. Alright, no time to waste. Let's go see who's right. Oh, great. Now Paimon shouting too.
Oh, well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Seems like our luck just keeps on growing.
That we were able to meet you both without prior arrangement must mean that this is quite the serendipitous meeting indeed.
Oh, so both of you are acquainted with the traveler in Paimon then? Looks like someone's learned a thing or two from Zhongli. I must admit, I am a bit surprised to see you here, traveler. But seeing as you're a hero who's been all over to that, it makes sense that you would be well-traveled and well-connected. Since we have found ourselves in each other's company within this fertile land, allow me to take this opportunity to wish you a happy lantern rite.
It appears you have been to Fontaine then. Given your proclivity to spread good deeds wherever you go, it's no surprise that you would make the acquaintance of a celebrity as illustrious and celebrated as Miss Farina.
That's quite high praise. What I mean to say is, you flatter me, Mr. Zhongli. Although I've built up a certain following within Fontaine, it is no reflection of strength or wisdom. I stand before you right now as nothing more than an ordinary traveler in search of beautiful scenery and creative inspiration. There is definitely more to Mr. Zhongli than meets the eye. I could tell as much from our conversation earlier. Given his breadth of knowledge on both academic and worldly matters, is he just feigning ignorance for my benefit?
No. You're no common tourist.
I simply won't have you talk about yourself that way. Does that mean Hu Tao also knows?
You may not have heard, friends, but... Miss Farina is now one of my esteemed clients. Okay, you win. Oh, guess Paimon will have to break into the hidden stash at the bottom of her shoe.
What's this about winning something?
Don't tell me. You two were placing bets on us. We just saw you guys standing on the side of the road and couldn't help but take guesses as to what you...
Oh, I see. That means you, my friend, must have guessed that I was trying to promote my business. That I do, my friend.
Oh.
What was Paimon's guess then?
Paimon thought Zhongli was showing...
By newbie, you mean me, right?
If that's the case, then Paimon's guess was also...
Oh, that's right. Mr. Zhongli was telling me about some great sightseeing spots in the area.
You see? Paimon was right too. Since both of our guesses were right, there can't be a winner or... Hey, don't be upset, traveler. How about this? You buy Paimon a bowl and Paimon will also buy you a bowl. As for the third bowl...
Since I was the subject of the bet, perhaps it should go to me? You know, as a congratulations for the huge deal I just struck. I was just joking. Anyway, I should be the one treating you. The funeral parlor is about to bring in quite this...
Oh, Paimon almost forgot to ask about the most important... Something happened recently, Farina?
Huh? What do you mean? Well...
Really? Paimon is so sorry for your...
Whoa, it's not like that, Paimon.
Huh? But...
Really, Paimon, it's not like you don't know me. Miss Hu Tao is simply helping prepare. Not too long ago, I read a collection of horror stories from Liyue. The content was spectacular. In fact, I still feel the need to sleep with the light on even now. Anyway, that's not the point.
Vậy là
Now
đóng phim.
that Fontaine's biggest star has returned to the stage, I figured it's about time the industry enjoyed a breath of fresh air. Hey, that's pretty good. I'll have to remember that for my ad posters.
Hồi xưa tôi cũng thấy sợ cái chuyện gì đó mà giờ thấy coi hài hài sao ấy.
Sees, that makes a lot of sense. So, did you come to Liyue just to enlist the services of Longcheng Funeral Parlor?
Well, not exactly. My original plan was to just relax and enjoy the sights. But then I ran into Miss Hu Tao and Mr. Zhongli, and well, you know the rest.
It was a fated meeting indeed.
Zhongli sure loves his lofty turns of phrase. But if you ask me, it's all thanks to that man who stopped to ask for directions. Oh? Who was it?
It's someone you know. Wanna take a guess?
What? How did you guess that on your first try? Very impressive, my friend. Your guessing game is spot on today. Never thought Neuvillette would be the type to get lost.
I'm sure he didn't get lost. Even I was able to find my way to this place without any trouble.
Cũng hay đó.
He was already getting ready to leave by the time I arrived. He just wanted to ask someone about the quickest way to get back to Fontaine.
Yep, that's exactly what he asked. This area is full of mountains and rivers. It's normal to not know the fastest route. So, were you the one that pointed him in the right direction, Hu Tao? Of course. I'm also a guide of sorts, you know. So naturally, I also have a great sense of direction. But, speaking of your friend... What about him? He doesn't get out much, does he? No wonder. He was stiff as a board and way too polite. I would have never guessed he was here on vacation if you hadn't told me.
All in all, he was only here for half a day. I'm pretty sure he's the only one who would consider that to be a vacation.
This gentleman you speak of must keep a demanding schedule.
I'm sure he does. You didn't see him, but he was dressed like he was about to attend some important meeting. It wasn't anything like what someone would wear on vacation.
Hình như tao không quen với mấy người mà nghiêm túc quá.
Is that so?
Wait, you didn't see him, Zhongli?
Unfortunately, no. At the time, it appeared as if Director Hu and Miss Farina were having quite the productive conversation. I know matters.
What a shame. That gentleman seemed like a sophisticated sort of guy. I actually think you two would have hit it off.
Is that so? To borrow Miss Farina's turn of phrase, perhaps it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, with the traveler around, I'm sure you'll have a chance to get to know each other at some point.
That's right. He's got more friends than he knows what to do with.
Well, that's certainly true. Oh, that reminds me. If you get the chance, you should try and talk to Neuvillette into loosening up a bit. Just tell him the Palais Pneumonia isn't going to fall apart if he disappears for a few days. He shouldn't keep himself cooped up all the time. Even clams open their shells to let in fresh water every once in a while, right? If he's really that much of a stickler for protocol, he can fill out a leave of absence request. He'd have to approve it himself, since he handles that sort of thing now. But
it seems like this gentleman is also in charge of something pretty important. Sounds like a pretty uptight sort of guy, all right. In my experience, a leader needs to be able to roll with the punches. That also includes knowing when and what to prioritize. It seems like your friend still has a lot of growing to do.
If I remember correctly, he's already several thousands of years old. You're quite right, Miss Hu Tao.
Oh. Traveler, Miss Farina. Those two individuals over there appear to recognize you.
Oh, it's Navi and
Năm giờ luôn rồi, 5 giờ 20 luôn rồi mọi người.
We saw you all chatting over here, and we're wondering if we could join in.
Cũng được, có gì đâu.
Please, excuse the interruption.
Oh, so polite.
No apologies necessary. Any friend of the Traveler and Miss Farina is a friend of mine.
Ah, straight to the point. I like it.
Ồ, hợp nhau đấy.
It's getting late. If we want to catch a boat back before dark, we should probably get going.
Indeed. Then, Miss Farina,
Oh, yes?
when are you planning to head back? Do you need us to escort you?
Oh, I don't think that will be necessary. I mean, you're not my subordinate anymore. You don't need to look after me.
I didn't mean it that way. It's normal for friends to travel home together if they run into each other on the road.
There are a lot of mountainous roads in this area. I imagine they'll be even harder to navigate after dark.
Exactly. Just like in those ghost stories. 8 paths converge in a wood. Beside them an old house is stood. If you dare to go inside, not a soul will greet your eye. But if you take a closer look, there may be something you mistook. A candle flickers to and fro, yet there is no wind to make it so.
Sự tích của đường chủ là hù dọa người khác.
In this wood, where mystery screams.
Sao có đoạn chữ nó ngắn mà sao lời thoại nó dài dữ vậy? Rồi, nói chung là đường chủ chúng ta cũng sở thích là dọa ma mọi người đấy. Biết nghề dữ gì cũng thấy ra trường hợp này mà.
My dear demoiselles, ladies, no, I mean friends.
Of course.
Gotta say, Farina, you are really quite the character. By the way, did I hear you mention that Clorand used to work under you? Then you must have also been a leader at some point.
Well, that's, all in the past now. Besides, being a leader is hard. I prefer how things are now. I can come and go as I please, and get to enjoy the sweet taste of freedom.
I see. Well, you've certainly picked an apt place to relax. Shall we?
Only the best. And I've learned a lot, too. Thank you so much, Miss Hu Tao and Mr. Zhongli.
It's fine. You've thanked us more than enough already. The next time you're in this neck of the woods, I'll treat you to some dim sum in the city.
Dim sum. Is that some kind of Liyue term for snacks or desserts?
They are a part of it. It's basically a table full of as much tea, sweets, and good company as you can manage.
Oh, so it's basically a tea party. Sounds great.
Make sure to order the winter melon cake and the lotus flower crisp. They're so sweet and delicious, Paimon knows you'll love them.
Ooh, okay. I'll be looking forward to it then.
Wait, didn't you guys say you were here on vacation?
Of course I am. I bought tons of fun things to bring home with me. A kite, a parasol, a little tin frog that jumps. Oh, and a stuffed toy of a mythical beast. Chlorand is the one who didn't buy anything for her.
So all you're bringing back with you is that tea?
And some tea-flavored hard candies. They're for Seashween.
Chlorand isn't much of a shopaholic.
Well, one of us has to practice restraint.
Hey, I'm hardly reckless with my Mora. I'll have you know, all the purchases I made today were me.
Oh, well, I bought some tea, of course. I just had to try all the varieties recommended in the Steambird. Other than that, just some bits and bobs, you know. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. They should all be things I can use, I think.
Đầu không phải lắm rồi.
Now Paimon's even more confused. If you bought that much stuff, where did it all go? And
Oh, actually, Monsieur Neuvillette took them with him.
Ồ,
oh, so that's... Wait, what? Why did he take them? He's not hoarding treasure.
That's quite the imagination you've got there, Paimon. Monsieur Neuvillette just saw the amount of bags we had and offered to... I felt a bit bad at first, but, I really did have a lot of stuff.
He even offered to deliver my gifts to the Fortress of Meripede for me once he's done with the day's work. Neuvillette is a man of his word. If he says he can do something, then he means it.
See, even Chlorand was happy to take him up on his offer. If even his trusty subordinate agreed, then who was I to refuse?
Wow, he seems like a real gentleman. Maybe if only the funeral parlor had an employee as thoughtful, proactive, and responsible as him.
Định nó mỗi đồng ly.
Right, Johnny?
À,
Indeed.
Chlorand said Neuvillette offered to deliver her gifts to Risley. So if we go to the entrance of the Oh, that reminds me. New Year. If there's anything you want to talk about, Zhongli.
Does the director have any concern?
It just seemed like you were a bit preoccupied today, and much less talkative than usual. He barely said anything other than, is that, if you ask me, I'd say you're having a midlife crisis. You're getting to be around that age after all.
Is that so?
Ugh.
I jest. Given its distance from the city, Xiaoying village enjoys a much slower pace of life. Surrounded by such peace and tranquility, I apologize for making you worry.
I see. What do you think, traveler? Is this atmosphere putting you in a lazy mood too? Wow, you are getting really good at these kinds of lines.
Indeed.
rồi. Giờ mình đi tìm Neuvillette. Đây là cái con tèn. À không. Ồ đây nè. À, dịch chuyển nó gần đây thôi. Tiếng rưỡi rồi. Lỡ ra qua hết luôn. Đây là đứng đây này.
Take it easy.
Look, it's Neuvillette. We lucked out.
Chưa gọi đâu được nè.
Oh, it's you. It has been some time since our last meeting. Few people frequent this location. Since I was able to conclude my work early for the day, I thought I might take a walk and avail myself of this area's peace and quiet.
Rồi ông có công việc ở đây mọi người. Đúng là.
You call this early? Do you always work this late, Neuvillette?
Strictly speaking, that depends on the agenda for the day. I am hardly bereft of time, however, so working late is of little consequence to me.
Really? If you have so much time on your hands, then...
First, I should clarify that I was referring to my lifespan, rather than the time at my disposal on any given day. Second, I was unaware you possessed knowledge of my trip to Chaoying Village. I see. Thank you for informing me. Yes, they have been safely delivered.
I have to hand it to Cloran. Just a simple gift delivery, and she has the great and mighty Hu Tao at her back.
I was just passing through. It was merely an act of convenience.
All right. Then I hereby confirm receipt of the goods on behalf of...
A verbal receipt of confirmation? Is such a formality really necessary for a small...
Guess not. This quantity of tea, though, seems a little excessive for a gift, don't you think? Before you know it, they'll start accusing me of...
About that. Much of that is my own excess, I'm afraid.
Oh? Why?
It was buy 10 boxes, get half off.
Bị chập hố. Người thứ hai bị chập hố. Một là bà cò nè, hai là Ferdinand cũng bị chập nè, ba là Vivinet.
Ah, that explains it then. Well, go ahead and leave them to me. I'll get through this stash as fast as I can.
You have my thanks. Oh, there's something else I'd like to give to you.
This is a stone slate, engraved with a symbolic design.
Well, that is an apt description. It is, in actuality, a legal codex.
A legal codex, huh?
Before the advent of modern writing utensils, information was recorded on stone slabs such as this. The law.
Okay.
Since ancient times, the scales of justice have symbolized the fairness and impartiality of judiciousness. As a tribute to that sentiment, this slate was designed after a traditional legal codex and engraved with a symbol instead of text.
Okay.
During my travels recently, I chanced upon a roadside stall offering tourists the opportunity to try their hand at the ceramic arts. So, we joked with Cloran some time ago about gifting you a legal codex. So, here you go.
Ah, so that's what this is about.
I did not expect you to remember it as well. In any case, I hope this can be considered as a reasonable attempt to join in on the banter.
It is a very good attempt. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Even your sense of humor centers around the law. That's an impressive level of commitment. A gift of this significance deserves to be put on display, and I know just the place.
Surely there's no need for such a...
Just kidding. I don't have anything like a show. But we do have a storage room. We can put it next to all the mechanical parts Sijuin is collecting.
That sounds good to me.
So that's what you were doing in Chaoying Village.
Indeed. Of course, while I was there, I also took the opportunity to taste the aftertaste is much purer than what I have delivered to me in Fontaine. It stands to reason that the long-distance transport has a tendency to imbue the water with extraneous... If you want to experience the true flavor, you simply have to go to the source. Okay? Then we are of the same mind. It appears my desire is justified.
If you say so, like, you don't have to justify a vacation, right? You can just take one. After all, you're hardly bereft of time. You can do whatever you want.
You're quite right. I suppose I suffer not from a lack of opportunity, but rather a lack of inspiration. However, after reading a few articles about Li Wei's holiday traditions, the idea popped into my head and made itself quite at home. Seeing as I was free of responsibilities for the morning, I decided to depart at once. Refreshing. My spontaneous outing seemed to inspire quite a few other spontaneous decisions as well. Take, for example, my foray into ceramics. At first, soil from the ground is granular and unforgiving, but had the right amount of water, and in the past I never thought about how quotidian vessels were crafted. But now, I have participated in their very making. This is also something I made today. inspirations. Really? You like it? To tell you the truth, given your unexpected arrival, I find myself quite unequipped. Around such an important holiday such as this, human custom would dictate that gifts should be in order. But I'm afraid this is all I can offer. If you'll have it, that is. That is precisely why it would do me such a great honor if you accepted. You are most welcome. Happy Lantern Rite. Approve a leave of absence request for myself. That sounds like it could easily lead to a vicious cycle of self-indulgence. But I suppose I understand your point. My proclivity to refrain from personal outings does, in part, originate from a sense of responsibility toward my duties. But it is now I see that the human world is indeed full of many interesting places to discover. Lantern Rite marks the start of the new year in Liyue. In the spirit of the season, then, I wish you a year of success as vast and endless as the open ocean.
Cảm ơn. Không có nhiệm vụ gì. Nghe cái gì đây? Wow. Xiao, Yamiko, tôi không quyết định của em hết. Cho em những cái hơi yếu, còn Xiao thì tôi có rồi. Trường hộ ma, chân ý của Kagura. Thì cái trường hộ ma đi, chọn đại đi chứ không chuyện hình hoài. Đây, cho mọi người coi Xiao tới đây. Thương Tây Phong. Không có thì cần bị đại thôi. Cái này là sinh hạt nhân nguyên tố để dùng cái nữa là dùng cái cuối cho đầu. Và cũng hơi dài rồi. Tạm biệt mọi người. Nếu mọi người thích video hãy đăng ký ủng hộ cho mình. Nếu thích hãy like, share và subscribe để mình có thêm động lực để làm ra nhiều video hơn. Rồi, tạm biệt.